Coming up on Network Africa, South Africa's President Jacob Zuma responds to calls for him to resign, accuses the ANC of treating him unfairly. Kenya's Attorney General Githu Muigai resigns. The Federal High Court in Niger State, Nigeria, sentences 22-year-old Boko Haram member to 60 years in prison. Hello and welcome to the program. I'm Millicent Walker. We begin in South Africa, where President Jacob Zuma has said he has done nothing wrong and so he sees no reason to resign immediately. During a 55-minute unannounced interview with the national broadcaster SABC, Mr. Zuma said it was unfair that the ANC raised the issue after offering to step down in June. More so, he said the party had failed to explain why he had been recalled, confidently saying that Parliament elected him, so the Parliament gets to decide his fate. However, the governing party says it awaits the President's statement, which is to come later today. It is still unclear if the party will press ahead with a parliamentary no-confidence vote on Thursday.
We're spending more discussion in the NEC. Nobody has ever provided it. I need to be finished on what I've done. Unfortunately, no one has been able to provide what is it that I've done. Some of the leaders, as they've been talking in the media, and they repeated in that meeting, that we don't need two centers of power. And that's not a reason, because there are no two centers of power. We're spending more time discussing Zuma must go. I don't understand why. That's what I'm saying.
Meanwhile, the elite police unit, the Hawks, has raided the controversial Gupta business family home, where local media reports that 3 arrests have been made, including one Gupta brother, as police say 2 other people are expected to hand themselves in. President Zuma's links to the Guptas are one of the reasons he is being forced to resign as part of a government investigation. The wealthy Indian-born Gupta family have been accused of using their friendship with the president to wield a lot of political influence for their businesses. President Zuma and the Guptas have continually denied all allegations leveled against them. Many reactions have continued to trail the recall of President Jacob Zuma and the many questions on how all of this will end. Well, Channels Television asked a political research expert and political analyst, Angelo Fick, the way the next developments could play out.
Nothing in the Constitution that says the party, when it asks the president to resign, must resign. What we do have, though, is a system where the party that has deployed the president has a 62% majority in parliament. They could go the parliamentary route. That would be more damaging to the party in the end, because that would mean that the party has to have a motion of no confidence in its own employee, and this would be a year away from general elections in South Africa, very bad for the ANC. They would rather have the president voluntarily leave office at the instruction of the party, because that would show the country, presumably in their view, that the party is still strong, it's united in the wake of its December elective conference, and that it can still control its deployed cadres or members. Should they go the parliamentary route, it means that the internal battle in the ANC now becomes something that is public, and also that the ANC then has to institute a motion of no confidence a year after several such motions were indicated or instituted by opposition parties. And the ANC, I don't think, wants to be, as governing party, in the position of fulfilling a mandate that is seen to be an opposition mandate. So I think it is in the party's interest that this is resolved internally, and that it doesn't come to a position where the constitution of the country is invoked and simply the constitution of the party. Nothing prevents the President of the Republic of South Africa from resigning. And that, I think, is what the ANC would prefer: a cleaner, less messy breakup than the messy breakup they would have to go through Parliament if he has to be removed by either a motion of no confidence, which means the entire cabinet goes with him and a new executive has to be elected in Parliament, or by the impeachment motion for which the rules have not been finalized. And that also could be messier because that could be longer.
Political research expert Angelo Fick speaking on Zuma's recall. Well, Betty, South Africa Bureau Chief, joins us right now. Betty, so President Zuma has responded saying he needs a time frame for his exit, probably June. Is this the last stage to make his case?
Well, the president hasn't actually responded to his party. What he did was speak to the people, going, painstakingly explaining his own side of the story as to how they got to this point. He said he will be making a statement later today, which everyone, including his party members, are expecting, to know what exactly his response to all of this is. So we're waiting this evening, but the parliament, including members of his party, they're not waiting for the outcome of whatever it is he'll decide. Although the speaker was, that would have been a neater way. And as we heard Angelo Fick there say, it would have been neater for the party. But for the party to now go along with the opposition to say that they will be calling a motion of no confidence for that vote tomorrow, it's where we are. And it's unfortunate, but they say they're going ahead, and that by Friday there will be a new president who will be presenting the State of the Nation address. That's the SONA.
Are these some of the things we should expect from the special meeting of the ANC Parliamentary Caucus being addressed by the party's Treasurer General? That
has already happened. It's already done. And then the chief whip forum, the whips forum of the parliament have already met. That is done as well. And what they have agreed, then the Speaker of Parliament now met with all the chief whips for all the parties, and they decided on the program of action from tomorrow. By tomorrow afternoon, that debate of the motion of no confidence will happen. After that, and as the Speaker said, the President is elected in Parliament, which is the truth. And after
Betty, are you there? I think we're having a bad connection.
Can you still hear me?